Happy Sunday. This is Bobby and JG Radio. We have a very special guest, Mr. Alan Warrick. He's District 2's councilman, which is the downtown to East Side district. He's an East Side native, just like my boy Bobby here.
Yeah.
And I know you spent the first 9 years of your life and the last 9 years of your life here in San Antonio.
Definitely. First 9 years here, Burleson and Hackberry, and the last 9 years I've been in Willowwood. But in between, I lived kind of all over from LA, Atlanta to Washington, D.C., Tallahassee, Florida, Phoenix, Arizona, and then back here. So I brought a little bit of the rest of America back to San Antonio.
I like it.
And then we're moving the city forward.
What made you so passionate about running for office, you feel?
Well, after seeing all those cities and seeing some of the worst neighborhoods in the 90s and early 2000s turn into the neighborhoods of first choice, I wanted that same thing to happen for the East Side because I knew that we had the same qualities or even better qualities than a lot of these cities, especially with the Victorian homes that we have and the infrastructure that we have and the proximity to downtown.
So close.
I know most of the areas that were some of the hardest hit as far as gang violence and crime in the 90s are less than a mile from the Alamo.
Right.
And so to say that we have houses that are $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 less than a mile from the Alamo, that doesn't make sense.
Never did to me, yeah.
Right.
When I moved here, I thought it was crazy.
Right.
There's a huge change now. Like we even have clients. We have doctors that are moving into that area into renovating these small little bungalow type homes and really it's 4 or 5 times what they were going for 10 years ago.
Definitely. They've tripled even just over the last 3 years.
Right.
So what do you think happened? Why is all this change happening?
It's all Alan, baby. It's all Alan.
I think so.
I can't take all the credit for it, but I think I'm not sure even about most, but I know it's really about vision, and we really want to make an understanding that crime is better contained. We're keeping people safer on those streets, but we're also adding more services. So there's more restaurants, there's more amenities over there. We have a brewery that is the nicest brewery in town.
For sure.
And we definitely have great developers that are doing a quality product that's unique for downtown, but also unique for the entire city.
So let's talk about the city. What's your role within the city?
Well, I'm one of 10 council people that work with the mayor in order to represent our districts, but also push the city in a forward-leaning direction, working towards our SA 2020 goals and eventually our SA Tomorrow plan.
And so let's get geographically inclined. Like, what's your geographic area?
It's pretty much just east of 281, heading north towards Alamo Heights. So I'll give you some icons. We have Fort Sam Houston.
Wow.
We have the zoo, the Whitty Museum, the Dooseum. We have Walsham, Rittiman, Eisenhower. We surround Windcrest, surround the city of Kirby, and
you got a lot.
Border the city of Converse.
Wow.
So it's a pretty big area. We have the most roads in San Antonio, but we do not have the most well-kept roads. So we need to get more money spent on infrastructure for our streets and sidewalks.
And you're standing for 4 zeros during your term. Tell us about those.
Well, 4 zeros, when I came into office, I noticed that a lot of the political folks didn't have any way to be graded. You just say that you do a good job after 2 years or 4 years, and people take your word for it. Well, I wanted to have something solid to work towards so that people know we started here, we're here now, and this is where we're going. We're going to zero. So it's 0 vacant homes, 0 murders, 0% unemployment, and 0 stray dogs. And looking at those problems, if you close your eyes and imagine a community that has those things, that's somewhere where you would want to live.
Definitely, those are the 4 things.
And people are moving into the East Side without those things happening. So imagine what it's going to be like once we take care of those issues.
So it's 0 unemployment, 0 murders.
0 stray dogs and 0 vacant homes and lots.
Vacant homes and
because there's a lot of vacant homes.
Yeah, we have 17 out of every 100 homes is vacant.
Wow.
in District 2.
Wow.
So it's
is that the highest in San Antonio?
It's the highest for all the council districts.
And that's turning around because there's a ton of investors that are picking up these houses.
But it's just certain neighborhoods.
Yeah.
So we still have, Dignity Hill is just one. Dignity Hill and Government Hill, which are 2 hot ones, are just 2 neighborhoods out of 27.
Yeah, even like Alamo Dome North is another one.
Yeah, Alamo Dome Gardens.
Around.
Yeah, well, now
Denver
we have the container home going in there. So we have a container home selling for $290,000 potentially in that neighborhood, but it's surrounded by a home for $45,000 and $50,000 on the other side. So what does that mean for those folks in these homes, which are probably rental homes?
Sure.
Does the rent go up so high that they get pushed out to other parts of the area? So we really want to address these issues before it becomes more rampant.
This kind of happened happened in Menke Park.
Exactly.
The last 7-8 years.
Yeah, no, Menke Park was kind of one of the first areas to really see this.
So that's your area also.
Exactly, and most
You're
people,
responsible for this one too.
well, no, but
You're doing a good job.
the folks were a lot more quiet because they still had a little bit more money because the rents were a little higher there than on the traditional east side. So these folks had other options. But when you're talking about areas where folks are paying $500 or $600 for a house, that's kind of unheard of anywhere in town. So where do these people have to go to live moving forward, and what kind of options will they have here in the city or in the suburban cities?
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back with Alan Warrick talking about all the hard work that he's obviously doing. To contact his office directly, you can call him at 210-207-7278. Again, that's 210-207-7278. We're going to take a quick break and talk to our show partners, and we'll be right back.